Okay, so good morning, one and all. So good morning, one and all. Uh, so today we have gathered here for the webinar on the problem solving and ideation workshop. So on behalf of Electronics Engineering Department, YCCE, IIC, YCCE, IEEE Student Branch, and TPI, I welcome you all in this webinar on problem solving and ideation workshop. The objective of this webinar is to learn the importance of innovation and idea generation, out of the box thinking, and problem solving skill. So, for that webinar, we have a great personality. The name is the Gaurav Chaitanya, Mr. Gaurav Chaitanya sir. He is Associate Professor, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, Acropolis Institute of Technology and Research, Indore. He is Faculty Coordinator, AICT Idea Lab. He is Convener Alumni Cell. He is a Branch Counselor, IEEE Student Branch, AITR STB. He is a Vice President of Institution Innovation Council. He is a faculty leader, Entrepreneurship Development Cell. He is a secretary, IEEE Bombay Section, Innovation and Entrepreneurship. He is a senior member of IEEE Life member. He is a global jury member, WFNEN and UA Incubator ED. And he is an Innovation Ambassador MIC. So we have the great personality, and so I welcome you, Gaurav Chaitanya sir, and I hand over mic to the Gaurav Chaitanya sir. Over to you, sir.
Hello, am I audible? Loud and clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So thank you, Professor Atish, for this wonderful introduction. And let me start certainly with my session today. Is the screen visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So a very, very good morning to all the participants for this workshop on problem solving and ideation. And let me take you to this wonderful journey. Though it is a workshop mode, I would certainly request you all to participate in discussions, as it will not be a monologue session, it will be a dialogue session, and certainly I would expect that you will be participating with me for this session as well. So let me start here with ice breaking, and I would request Atish sir to please coordinate with the students, because I don't know how many of them are really interested for this workshop, but if they are, they must participate in the discussion. Okay, so what we are supposed to do initially, I'm giving you certain problems, certain situations, and I want you to come up with instant ideas to solve that problems, to come up with the solution to that problems. Never mind whether your idea is a vague idea, whether it is going to be a silly solution, whether it is going to be a crazy solution. Don't ever think about, or don't become judgmental to what you are answering, but make idea on idea. If someone is replying with one idea, you come up with another idea, build upon one to another, but come up with new and innovative ideas as much as you can. Okay, are you all ready? I want to hear from the students.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very nice, very nice. So let me give you the first situation now. Problem one: what can you do to stop people who jump the queue? This is your first problem. What can you do to stop people who jump the queue? This is my question. Oh, Come on with the answers quickly. Any one of you. You want me to call the names? I will do that.
Security guards.
Security guards. Very nice. Introduce yourself and then you can always come up with the answer. Okay? Just come
Okay,
up
sir,
with the
my
name.
name is Ajinkya Lade.
Ajinkya. Okay. Security guards. Next one. Any other particular solution? Any other particular solution? Yes, guys. Want me to call your names? I will do that then. Yes.
Hello, sir. Ajinkya
Yes.
again.
Yes.
Maybe arrange them according to their heights.
Arrange them according to their heights. How you will stop the people who jump the queue in that case?
So
Okay,
yes,
anyway.
sir. If
Anyway, I take up because I've asked you that you can come up with vague ideas as well. Thank you. Next one. Anyone else?
Rutusha Raut. We
Yes.
can actually not let them do like if it is a queue for some sort of passport checking in the airport. If someone breaks the line, we can like make them not verify their password and passport and make them stand at the back of the queue again to start over again.
Okay. Thank you. Any more answers?
Hello,
we can give them
I'm
particular sequence.
You can give them sequence. Okay.
yes, exactly. I was also going to point the same thing. You can give them tokens. So when you
Mm-hmm.
give tokens to people, everybody know what their relative position is,
Mm-hmm.
and that way even the person who is going to check everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you have a cashier and you don't have the right token, they will not issue whatever thing it is there to you.
Okay. Okay. Taken. Anybody more? Any more particular solutions? No more? Okay, let us go with the problem number 2. How can you sleep in class but seem like you are awake? You certainly do that? Yes or no? First, let me get the answer yes or no. Do you sleep in your classes?
Yes,
Online
sir.
classes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, nice. Then you must be knowing the answers for this. How can you sleep in class but seem like you are awake?
If it is a bench of three persons, go sit at the corner and like you can like slip very nicely. And if teacher notices or some faculty arrives, we can like say to our partner that inform us if such situation happens.
Okay, so you can appoint someone to inform you if something happens. Okay, very nice. Next one. Next one.
To interact in middle of the class.
Okay, you will sleep and certainly you will get up some time of the some moment of the time and you will say, yes, sir, I have an answer, although without contest. Is it?
So yeah, there is a chance that they think that.
Okay, very smart people. Very nice. Next. Yes, come up, guys. You need to speak up. You want me to call the names? I could do that. Okay, certainly let us see how many of you are there actually in the classroom. Just have not switched on and roaming here and there. Okay, let me just see. Oh, we have huge number 55. Okay, Aparna Bedarkar. Okay, Aparna. Aparna. See, she is not there in the class. Arya Banjari. Kartike. Dheeraj Dave.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Present.
Yes, Dheeraj. Very nice. Okay, so can you come up with an answer, instant answer to what my question is?
Sir, can you please repeat? I am on call.
Okay, not a problem. I'm repeating it for you. That how do you make yourself appear awake if you want to sleep in a classroom? सामने वाले
Sir,
को
I
लगना
take
चाहिए आप जगे हुए हैं.
Sir, I take my bag and I hide myself behind my bag. And when teacher say that what are you doing, then I will say that I am my pencil or pen has fallen down, just like
Okay,
a kid.
okay, okay. Nice, 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 Dheeraj. Gaurav Ingole.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So answer to my question.
Sir, keep the book on the thigh and head down and sleep.
And then professor will come to know that you are sleeping.
Sir, then I could inform someone to tell me before sir come to my place.
Okay. You are going to appoint someone. Nice. Let us come up with the problem number 3. How to recover a long forgotten loan from your friend. पैसा लेके भूल गया आपका मित्र. अब क्या करोगे? कैसे मांगोगे उससे?
Talk in front of him like भाई यार इस इंसान ने like अगर लिया भी नहीं होगा still से कि इस इंसान ने इतने दिनों से मेरे पैसे लेके रखे हैं but उसने दिया नहीं, उसे कुछ लगता नहीं है क्या? So like
Oh,
he might
make him remind that हाँ तुमने भी लेके रखे हैं भैया, वापस कर दो. Right. उसको गिल्टी फील कराएंगे.
Just like taunting baji.
अच्छा, taunting. Okay.
Taking treats from him in installments.
You want him to repay in installments. Very nice. See how good friend he is. एक साथ नहीं दे सकता भैया, थोड़ा थोड़ा करके दे दे, पर दे दे.
No, means like he should treat me sometimes with like in installments. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
that may
Okay.
work.
Taken. Okay.
I will say I have some work with money, so please help me with my money.
Okay. Okay. You directly ask. Nice. Then
Such
anything
simple. Take him for a treat. At the last moment, just ghost him. The end.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Fantastic. Very nice. Yes. Any more answers? Any more solutions to this problem? No more? Okay. Let us go with the last problem then. How to stop your miserly neighbor from reading your newspaper before you do? How to stop your miserly neighbor from reading your newspaper before you do? Yo, come up with the answers. Solutions to this problem.
Wake up early and take the newspaper as soon as it comes, or and install a CCTV camera.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay. First you do it, right? Okay. Anything else?
Download the app. Simple.
Download the app. Just stop taking the newspaper, download the app. Nice. Okay. Yes. Anything else?
I will say newspaper man that take a newspaper and throw on my gallery that no one can read.
Okay. So you want him to throw in your gallery so no one can take it. Very nice. Okay. Come up, guys. It is obvious answers. Some people are very nicely participating. I appreciate.
Swap that day's newspaper with yesterday's newspaper.
Okay, you're playing a prank to him then. Of course, he will get 1 or 2 old days. He will not take it from the next time. Okay.
We can confront him and ask him not to do it.
Yeah, directly ask him not to do it. देखो भैया करना नहीं इसके आगे से. Very nice.
सौ पर इंडिया है, इंडिया में करते ही है, कितना भी बोलो.
करते ही है, नहीं सुनते बिल्कुल. खरच से बरोबर. चलो आगे. Any problems? Any more particular solutions? Okay, let me debrief this particular activity to you. Now you can see the problem is front of you and you have immediate solutions to that particular problem. So you can ideate at moment. You can ideate at the moment. No problem that your ideation is of the level of solving that particular problem absolutely correct or not, but you do have some certain solutions in your mind. You could ideate at the glance. So it's not that difficult that you think. Whenever we ask the students to come up with some particular ideation, first the problem is how to identify the problem. Because if the problem statement is very clear to you, it is very easy for you to come up with a solution. So let us see what strategy one need to follow. Okay. So let me start with problem solving. Certainly, when we talk about a problem is not certainly things that we are not taking it up or we are not coping. We are certainly having all the problems from the time we are getting up in the morning till the time we are again back to the bed. You are always around the problems, and problems are around you. Sometimes you treat them as a problem and you start coping up with that problem. You made your habit accordingly. This is a problem, but I'm facing it every day. But once upon a time, it should come to your mind that this problem has to be solved. And at the moment itself, you will start thinking about that particular problem and the probable solutions. Okay. Even the problem can be as simpler as your alarms ring in the morning, right? And then you want to sleep for 10 more minutes. It is a very cozy day in Indore right now. I'm having a good fall down in the temperature, and it is very cold in Indore. So certainly it happens to me in the morning that let me sleep for 10 more minutes. But again, then there is a problem. And in that subconscious mind, I was starting thinking that I'm going to take a lecture today at YCCE. And if I will get up late, I could certainly miss up to do some particular task that I have already been planned to do in the morning. So somewhere that particular risks, the related benefits of doing that particular task is running in my mind. So I do have a problem, and in lieu of finding out the solution to that problem, to ideate to come up with that particular solution, I start thinking. Okay, so it is very, very important to come up with a problem statement very, very clearly. What is the problem itself? In due of time, when we do certain types of workshops in physical mode, and we ask the students to come up with a problem, that problems are certainly not the problems, but are made problems. You understand what I'm going to say? That students, they come up with some particular problems, bana ke laate hain. They come up with the problems which are not certain problems, but they are creating a problem and making a problem a new problem. Okay. So this is the thing that we certainly face. And that's why I'm telling you that whenever the problem arises to you, that problem should be very well documented. That problem may be in your mind or maybe handwritten, whatever it is, the mode it can be, but it should be very well documented. You need to understand. And at the time, if you want others to understand your problem and come up with a solution, he must understand the problem with complete information. Because certainly if the information is not complete, the problem may get some vague solutions which will not solve that problem. Okay. So let me take you to the step-by-step procedure of defining the problems, generating their solutions, implementing that solutions, and take up to that process, so that you will come up to the level how to identify a real problem. Okay. So very simple statement I'm putting out here. I don't have enough money to pay the bills. This is a problem. I don't have enough money to pay the bills. But if we'll go with this statement again, we'll see the information is very, very incomplete. What type of bills I'm supposed to pay? What are my limitations? How much money I'm supposed to pay? And why I'm not able to pay the bills if and I have consumed the services. So your problem statement or the definition have to be very, very clear. It have to be very much emphasized on the facts and figures. For example, I will again reframe that particular problem here. I need to pay the phone and gas bills, and I don't have enough money to cover both this month. Now it is more specific. The behavior, the situation, the timing, the circumstances under which that problem occurs are very much clear now. Now the problem could be easily solved with certain solutions coming to your mind. Okay. If we are going to solve that particular problem, we need to keep in mind that have to be emphasized very clearly. Okay. Certainly, when somebody asks you to come up with a problem or a very good problem statement, what should be your first agenda? What should be your first step to do that? Any reflections on this? What should be your first particular attempt to do if someone asks you to come up with a problem? Is the question clear to you? My question is, what should be your first attempt if I am your facilitator for the day and I'm asking you, please come up with a suitable certain problem? What should be your first attempt? Yes, guys. Any reflections on this? Don't hesitate in replying to me. I know that you are new to this particular topic and I'm taking you as per granted for the same, but I want you to speak. Any reflections? Okay, I will come up with the solution to you. You need to empathize. You need to feel the pain of one who is undergoing that particular problem. Maybe that problem does not belong to you. That problem belongs to someone else. But you need to empathize with that particular person. You need to think over that problem, keeping yourself in the shoe of that particular person who is feeling that problem. Then only you can come up with the solution, right? So, कैसे पता करेंगे ये? You need to interview. You need to ask the question, make a good questionnaire, discuss with the people. Then only you will come up with a probable, suitable, and a considerable problem. Identify and define the problem very clearly. Let us go with the next step. Now, generate possible solutions. There could be n number of solutions, as I have given you some particular problems, and I can see number of students popped up and they come up with these solutions, right? And the solutions are not matching, they are different solutions. So you come up with all possible solutions and prepare your solution bank. Whatever solutions are coming to you, it can be vague, it can be proper, it can be silly, it could be crazy. Don't think or don't become judgmental to your solutions at this stage. Don't judge them, don't judge their quality, only come up with the possible solutions. This could be possible solutions to your problem. Try to enlist at least 15 solutions, 20 solutions to your problem. Try to become more creative, try to become more specific, and at present, do not think about the quality of that particular solution. If you allow yourself to be creative, you may come up with some solution that may not otherwise come out through. So it is very, very important. So come up with as many number of solutions as you can. Now, next steps come is to evaluate the alternatives. Before evaluating your possible solutions, first come up with whatever be the alternatives possible to that particular solutions. So in that case, you are coming up with eliminating the less desirable and unreasonable solutions. The solutions that you feel that they are not very, very probable to this particular problem, they are unreasonable solutions. Sometimes they are not possible solutions. So just eliminate that particular solutions. Next, what you should do is order the remaining solution in the preference that you feel is correct. At this time, the gut feelings comes in the first place. Do not go and emphasize on some certain formulas. Okay, only first think over with your gut feeling. Order them with your gut feeling. I find this to be the most probable solution. Then the next one, then the next one, then the next one. Arrange them in the preference. Now try to think over one particular solution with their advantages and disadvantages, pros and cons. Let us see that, yeah, this solution is there, but this can benefit me in this ways, but at the same time, it can damage my problems, or it can have a risk of certain things which are not probable or which may harm my conditions. So just try to eliminate them one by one. And let's see, इसमें फायदा ज्यादा है कि नुकसान ज्यादा है. अगर नुकसान ज्यादा है तो उसको हटा दो, फायदा ज्यादा है तो उसको रख लो, आगे बढ़ते जाइए. Okay. After certain iterations of removing the unreasonable solutions, try to decide on a solution. Specify your action on that. Specify how that solution could be implemented. And then implement that solution as you are planning it out. Okay. For example, the same example I'm taking now. Tomorrow morning, you will phone the gas company and negotiate to pay the bill next month. दोनों साथ में मैं पे नहीं कर सकता, तो at least gas company वालों को मैं बात करके देखूं कि at least I could negotiate with them and I can pay that bill to the next month. This could be one of the very simple solution. I'm talking it with very simple examples, but it applies everywhere. Implement that solution. As you have planned it, just implement it out. Evaluate the outcome, feedback. Very, very important. Once you have implemented that solution, evaluate how effective that solution is. Decide whether the existing plan needs to be revised or whether a new plan is needed to better address that particular solution. If you feel that existing solution is not solving your problem, try to come up with a new solution and then repeat all these steps one by one that I have already discussed with you. Okay. And then again, evaluate the effect. How you will evaluate the effect? Again, by interviewing, by again finding out the feedback, by again just applying it and then see whether the effect, whether it is going to come up with a real solution or not. Okay. Again, you are going to mark on some particular indices, on some particular parameters, try to evaluate them on tabular form, and then see whether that solution come up with a real problem or not. It is addressing it or not. If it is addressing, well and good. If it is not, try to remove. So what you are doing, you are hit and trial type of methods. What you are removing the errors and trying to train the system as much as possible. And at that time, you will come up with an adaptive signal processing type of thing. You will come up with some particular solution which is trained in the system now, and your brain is working like a processor at the time, and you have come up with the ultimate solution which will be addressing your problem effectively. Let us see how these solutions could be coming to your mind. There are certain particular techniques with which the solutions where you can ideate for this particular solution. So let us go with that particular techniques one by one. Disrupt. How many of you know this particular technique? Have you heard it before? Disrupt. Okay, so what is disrupt? Disrupt certainly is an acronym for certain things, that is derive. D stands for derive, I stands for include, S stands for separate, R stands for repurpose, U for unite, P for personalize, and T for transplant. Now, if we collectively see this word meaning, it comes up with interrupting something with damage or destruction of some sort. But let me tell you, the word disrupt is disrupted when it sure gives you something positive sense as a solution, as an ideation. So let us elaborate it in detail now. What derives means? When you come up with the word derive, here I mean it to extend or modify an existing product or an idea into another thing that profits you. Okay, let me come up with a solution here. Okay, let me try to apply this derive on this igloos. What is this? This, you know, this is an igloo. What this igloo is useful for? Anyone? Do you know what is igloo? What is it is useful for? Hey, come on, guys! You need to speak up. It is a workshop. Yes, igloo. How many of you know what is an igloo? Am I audible to you? Is
Sir,
the
it
connection?
is a press.
Yes, please come again.
A place to live in very cold regions.
Okay, so it is certainly in Antarctic regions where it is very cold. This igloos have certainly been formed by, this is a man-made houses to keep you warm in that particular colder regions. Now, what happened? A company in Finland, they have certainly taken into account this concept of igloos, and they have formed an hotel, a restaurant, or a resort kind of thing, where they have come up with the shape of igloos as the houses. And then they are world famous hotels now, and they are making a profit into 6 figures in US dollars. Okay, so this is something they have derived it from the concept of igloos, and they have come up with some particular concept of making a resorts which is shaped like igloos, having a clear cut transparent overhead ceiling, so that you can enjoy the atmosphere. Okay, so this is derive. Next is include. So what do you mean by include here? Include means to add or change the process of something to get something else that makes more sense and get the mankind to get cozy into it. So let us see an example of Reva and Think. Have you heard about this Reva and Think? These are the cars, certainly, which are the first electric cars come into picture. And one of this Reva is a product of Mahindra, which is an Indian-based company. But it do have certain issues with the battery and the design. Tesla Motors, it come up with a sporty look of this car with an extended battery life, and become a great hit in the market. So what they have done, what Tesla Motor have done? Tesla Motor have included and added certain processes of what Reva and Think has done, but add upon that particular process of adding more battery life, giving it a more better look, giving it a sporty look, so that it could be tempted to the customers. Okay, although include and derive, they looks very similar, they sounds very similar, but you have to be very clear on both the parts. Derive pivots the point of usage into another one, whereas the include adds something to what is existing and gives a better usage and sells. Okay, so try to make them very clear on your understanding. That is derive and include. What comes next is separate, disrupt. The third is S, which stands for separate. Separate means to separate a specific functionality from another existing greater business. So you must be knowing Pinterest and Snapchat, even the Instagram, they all come after Facebook, and they are certainly doing the same thing, that is sharing images and pictures. Okay, but the idea of sharing images and pictures in Pinterest or in Snapchat is different than that of Facebook. Even if you go for Instagram, even they do have a different functionality than that of Facebook, although they are similar company products. But it gives a more social connectivity than that of Pinterest. Pinterest or Snapchat, you must be using this, and their idea of sharing the images is different. But the concept is same. Concept is certainly taken by Facebook, that sharing the images, making you feel happy, people giving likes, and you become happy just taking that particular likes. Maybe that fake likes are there. Okay, but that particular concept comes from Facebook. But the idea of functionality of, or the idea of sharing that particular pictures changes. Okay, so this is separate. Let us see repurpose. Now what repurpose is? You are using one particular product for some other purpose. Let me take an example of Botox. Botox, you know, this is a poison which when injected to your body may cause paralysis, or may even the functionality, it stops the functionality of our heart and brain. So it sounds deadly, you know, but this has been extensively been using in your cosmetic surgeries nowadays. By minimizing their toxicity, they are using it to prevent the wrinkles or maybe slow aging effects, or just tightening your facial muscles. The doctors are using it. So what they are using, they are repurposing the item. The bottom is similar, but they are repurposing it. In effect, they are repurposing it for some other thing. Okay. So this is repurpose. Next is unite. You need to combine multiple ideas and get into one. Patchwork. You need to come up with certain types of patchwork. Let us see. Example of UI. How many of you know? They have combined the Nintendo and Android to release a gaming console which went to the market and disrupted the Xbox's market in a single strike. How many of you know this? UI. Okay, so what they have done, they have generally combined इसका ये अच्छा है ये ले लूं, इसका ये अच्छा है ये ले लूं, दोनों को मिला दूं एक नया प्रोडक्ट तैयार हो गया. So this is how the innovation takes place. Okay, unite, under unite. Personalize. You need to come up with something customization, centric. Some what customer thinks and you are making it for it. Okay, so have you heard about Orange County Choppers? Orange County Choppers is a world famous custom motorcycle manufacturer, US based company, and they are coming up with customized bikes based upon the likings of the customers. You can see this particular bike here, which is of dragon shape. This is completely 3D printed bike. So they come up with beautiful solutions, beautiful designs, and neither of their one particular product is similar as that of others. हर किसी customer के लिए एक नया product लेके आते हैं. Although that bikes are very, very costly, but it is their market. They are personalizing as per your need, your interest. Okay, so this is personalized. And then comes the transplant. Disrupt. The last one comes the transplant. You are using certain item into one region, try to replicate into another region. All of you know Uber, that has been translated to as in China. In the Indian market. Okay, you must be knowing this. Amazon US based company, and then Flipkart is an Indian based company made by Bansal brothers. Okay, and what they are doing exactly the same thing. They don't have their own inventory, they do not make their own products, but they certainly are the big suppliers of the products. Alibaba.com, one at the same thing. Okay, so we are transplanting geographically from one particular region to another region. The service remains the same, the product remains the same, but now it has been used to another particular geographical or demographical people. You are catering the needs of them. So this is how disrupt takes place. Okay, any reflections on this? Any questions? If there are no questions from your side, I am going to ask you some questions, and now it is your chance. Now you will disrupt me. Okay, I'm going to ask you a few particular disruptive schemes now. Giving you certain problem. Let us think of derive. Think of an email. Derive another product from an email. Share your ideas aloud. Please come up. Derive. The scheme is clear to you? What is derive? Am I making a sense to you? Guys? Yes. Okay. So can you come up with, think of an email and derive another product from an email? Which looks like an email, which have the functionality of an email, but catering another need. Please come up. Ideas. Do you remember the concept of igloo that I have just discussed with you?
Sir, we can make email-based chatbot.
Chatbot, okay. Agree. Yes. Built upon the ideas now. Hey, come on, you are technical guys.
Sir, we can use Discord.
You can use? Come again?
Discord.
Discord. What is that? I did not understand. Please come again.
Sir, Discord is means where multiple people can meet. It's like
Okay.
WhatsApp, but
Okay. Agree. Anything else? So you know all the solutions already. WhatsApp has been one of you already given the concept of WhatsApp. It is again an thing which is derived from email, isn't it? Sharing the information on electronically, on a single click, isn't it? Yes, please. When someone was speaking, please. Someone was speaking. Okay, let us go with the next one then. Include. I'm giving you one particular problem here again. Think of a thermometer. Include something new to it and make it a completely new product. Okay, you are getting 2 minutes to think over it and give me a solution. Ideate, guys. Think of a thermometer, include something to it and make it a completely new product.
Sir, thermometer with an RT-PCR test. And
Very nice. COVID solution.
yes.
PCR doesn't comes up immediately, but I always welcome the vague ideas. Sometimes that becomes an eureka moment for you. Okay.
Sir, digital thermometer.
Digital thermometer. Okay, taken. Include something to it. Don't take thermometer individually. Add something to that thermometer and come up with certainly a new product. For example, adding thermometer to a cup which has been used to feed the babies or maybe young toddlers. You must be knowing the temperature there itself, and then you can finally decide that now it is a perfect temperature to give it to a baby. So this is one of the solution. Come up with certain solutions, similar type of solutions, please.
Sir, we can add thermometer in GPU or servers inbuilt.
Yes.
Now we
that,
use the software.
Okay.
Exact measure can be taken.
Very nice. Appreciate. Anyone else? सोचो ऐसी जगह पे जहां पे आपको टेम्परेचर जरूरत होता है. एडिंग थर्मामीटर. कल एक न्यूज आया पेपर में, इफ यू हैव रेड दैट, नेशनल न्यूज था. One student is attending his classes on mobile, and certainly that mobile blasted because of increase in the temperature of the battery. So how good if there is some particular sensor which has been added to the thermometer, and then it gives you the temperature rises beyond the threshold that he must have stopped using that thermometer. Yes or no? Hello?
Sir, your voice is somewhat breaking.
Hello? Is it okay now?
Yes.
Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Let us go with the next one. Separate. Think of the idea of a school. Separate something from the idea of the school and build something from it, something that focuses more or any of the single feature. So what are the things that comes to your mind when it comes to a school? क्या क्या चीजें आपके दिमाग में आती है? फटाफट बताते चलो. Bags, bottles, books, blackboard, teacher, students, degree, buses, sports, isn't it? Anything else that comes to your mind when you think about a school? Yes. Students, am I making sense to you? Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then come up with some particular ideas then. It should be very instant. बहुत जल्दी जल्दी देते हैं बच्चे मेरे को आंसर. If you are listening to me, you can come up with certain solutions. ये इतनी items है. Can you focus on one item and come up with a solution with a new idea? So what is this? What is this? A football, isn't it?
Yes.
Can you come up with a new idea from a football? A football club? Players? What words come to your mind? Anyway, chalo, next, let us go with the next. Yes?
Goalpost.
Yes, okay, taken.
Shoes.
Mm-hmm. Now you are on the point, right? Okay, let us go with the next one. And here I want a solution anyway. मेरे को चाहिए आंसर आप लोगों से. Think of a toothbrush. Suggest a completely new use of a toothbrush. Toothbrush is used for certainly for what? किसके लिए यूज करते हैं आप टूथब्रश को?
Cleaning.
To clean the teeth? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Yes. Now tell me some other uses. Completely new uses of a toothbrush.
To clean utensils or delicate pieces.
Yes. To clean the utensils, certainly. Yes. Anything else?
Sir, to detect cancer cell in our bodies, maybe.
Cancer cells toothbrush से पता कैसे चलेंगे?
सर डिजाइन हुआ है कहीं तो भी पढ़ा था सर.
अरे वेरी गुड. चलो.
हाँ सर.
Taken. Then?
Sir, to clean our USB ports or mini USB ports in mobile.
Okay. Items. Yes. Anything else? Have you heard about spray painting?
Yes, sir.
Have you heard about making a spray painting using a toothbrush?
Yes, sir.
So it is used even for paintings. Anything else? Toothbrush used for? When something is asked to you, think over the complete body. You have bristles, you have a plastic handle, you have some beautiful colors attached to it. What can you think about it? Okay? Come up with the solutions. So this should be running to your mind throughout the day. Even you, at the end, you can come up with some particular solution. Just mail me out. I would appreciate that. Okay? Let's go with the next one. Unite. Think of your wallet and think of another product that can unite with the wallet to form an absolutely new product. क्या ऐड कर दूं मैं वॉलेट में और एक नया प्रोडक्ट बन जाएगा?
Wallet with a notepad.
Okay, agree.
That camera.
वॉलेट विद द कैमरा. कहाँ का कैमरा लगाओगे? ठीक है. एनीवे, टेकन.
Tracker.
Wallet with the GPS.
Wallet with debit credit card.
वॉलेट विद द
सर कार्ड डेबिट क्रेडिट दोनों में से.
वो तो वॉलेट में वैसे भी रखता है ना. How about making a
but
power bank included in the wallet? You can charge your phone. A mini power bank. Hmm? Yes or no? Yes, yes. Come up with your answers then. Okay, let's go for the next one. Personalize. Think of a household appliance, any of the household appliance you want to personalize any household appliance as a car accessory. Come on, guys, speak up. There are multiple solutions to what problems I am giving you. Think of a household appliance, personalize any household appliance as a car accessory. क्या क्या लगा सकते हो कार में? AC is already there. Mobile
refrigerator,
charger is already there. Huh?
Refrigerator.
Refrigerator, of course. You want it. Very good. Anything else?
TV on back seat,
TV. Okay. Agree. और क्या चाहिए?
A whole
Come on,
gaming
come on.
setup.
अरे गेमिंग मांगता है. चलो, very good. Very nice. Anything else?
Vacuum.
Vacuum cleaner. See, a girl only speak about cleaning. Very nice. Anything else? कार में घूमते समय कौन सी एक चीज बिल्कुल आपको याद आती है? अरे यार, ये तो होना ही मांगता ही है, ये घर पे है, पर अभी यहाँ पे होता तो कितना अच्छा होता.
Kitchen.
You want a complete kitchen in the car? Okay. If it is not only a kitchen, but at least induction heater होता तो कितना अच्छा होता. कुछ तो गर्म कर ही सकते थे.
Kettle.
Cattle. Okay. So number of things. Very nice. And let us go with the last one, transplant. Think of any product or service that works in one place and you want to use that particular service or a product to another particular place geographically. Or demographically, I don't have a problem. Or one particular segment of customers to another segment of customers. Give it a thought. Of course, guys, this doesn't come very instantly to you, but one should start thinking into this particular manner. If you want to ideate, if you want to come up with something innovative in your mind, what you call it as out of box and number of things, certainly there are certain theories coming up as design thinking, critical thinking, lateral thinking, meta thinking, number of such things. But this is how you are supposed to address a problem from now. Try to transplant, try to derive, try to include, try to separate. Then certainly innovation. See, innovations are not too difficult. And we Indians are very good in that. What we call it innovation? In very local language?
Jugaad.
Jugaad. And you people are excellent doing jugaad, right? We are practicing it from centuries. Jugaad, we are practicing it from centuries. The thing is that we need to commercialize, need to finish that product and come up with certain solutions which will be calibrating the needs of customers, making it more commercial, and it will become an innovation. Okay, let us go with another scheme then. Let me share a secret with you that new ideas doesn't only come with all this disrupt individually, but can be a combination of them. You can derive and include at the same time. You can repurpose or you can transplant at the same time, or you can do all these things at once and come up with a new product. So you can even practice a combination of them. Okay, so try to practice it. When certainly we do it in the physical mode, we do have enough time, and then we can have it in the classroom. But though we are doing it in an online mode, a virtual mode, I'm giving it up to you as an exercise, and try to come up with certain new ideas which will practice or which will be an outcome of a disrupt. We'll be discussing some more particular schemes of idea generation. Mind mapping. How many of you know what is mind mapping? It is a visual thinking tool. Okay, mind mapping. How does it look like? Let me show you what is a mind map. This is how it looks like. Build upon. This is something that building an idea upon another. Try to find out every particular nook and corner of that particular idea. Try to unfold that idea into one upon another. This is my central space, and then this could be the subspaces, and then the sub ideas, then the sub to sub ideas, certainly that way. So this is, and this is looking too complex, but the scheme is very easy. This is the scheme. Is the subject in the center of the paper or your canvas. What I'm calling it as a canvas now, because I want certainly a mind map to be mapped on one particular sheet of paper, not a small A4 size paper. And then that subject could be addressed with certain different ideas, and then the sub ideas, and then sub ideas that way. Okay, so this is how you can even come up with a mind mapping. Okay, which makes your documentation very easily. So if you'll come up with some documentation, how many of you are from computer science background or IT background? There must be some students from that particular background, or all from electronics. Are there certain students say, I could not see the screens. If you are writing something, I could not read that. Okay.
He has raised the hand.
Okay. So there are some particular students, certainly. So you must be doing software testing. And the software testers certainly, when they come up with the solutions, ideations, they practice it, mind mapping, very, very curiously. Because if you're going to document everything in the form of documentation, that becomes a lengthy and a huge document to be addressed, to be read. But if some comes up in the form of a mind map, a certain type of thing, a geographical a graphical or a pictorial representation of making something, it gives you a complete glance at once. Thesis लिख सकते हैं आप, उसमें कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. But if you come up with a picture like this, where you are using different colors, you are using different images, you are coming up with some keywords, not a complete sentences, and that makes sense. That makes sense to you. Okay. So a mind map is a procedure, again, a very, very strong procedure to ideate. We've certainly practiced it when we're doing it in a physical mode, but though it is an online, please practice it at home. I'm giving you one particular problem here. Just have something in your mind. Suppose a coffee, just a coffee in your mind, and you come up with some business ideas, maybe some innovative ideas which can come up with coffee as a center part. While making mind map, some particular items should come to your mind, that you must be using pictures at most, because a picture worth 1,000 words. So if you are using a picture, that makes sense, that makes you clear understanding, and can give you a freedom to your mind to more relate the items. Use pictures as much as you can. Don't use complete sentences. Either uses one word or not more than a phrase. At least you can use a phrase, but not more than that. If you're coming with a one-word solution, nothing better than that. Okay. Don't go with the straight lines while making the mind map. You should always go with the curving lines, so that it can give you an easier representation. See, something like this. Okay. Colors will make you separate the things and can think them as a group individually. Okay. Though a map comes on one picture at a glance, This particular colors give you, oh, this is something belongs to one set of things. Okay. Main branches, then the sub branches, then the sub branches will give you the importance of the keywords you are using to. Yeah, this is more important here. Use is more important than link. Okay, or a keyword is more important than a line, and even a connect is more, the line is more important than a connect. Even a connect is okay. This is how a mind map is created. Start a mind map from a center of a paper. Don't think of liking, certainly people are confused a mind map with a tree shaped structure, because in tree we do have an end point like roots, but when we are creating a mind map, there is no end point. There is a starting point as the center of your canvas, and then you can come up with certain particular ideas. Okay, so I have given you one target. Take coffee as your center and come up with your business ideas. Another particular scheme is reverse thinking. What is reverse thinking? So this is an scheme when we are talking about where we are trying to ideate, trying to find out a solution. That, let me take an example. Let us assume that you want to know how to increase your followers on social media platform. Okay, if you want to know that how to increase your followers on a social media platform. So in reverse thinking scheme, what you're supposed to do is, how do you want to decrease your followers and you don't want someone to follow you on the platform? Think in that way. वो कैसे हो सकता है? मैं कुछ पोस्ट ही ना करूं, कोई रेगुलर पोस्टिंग ना करूं, लो क्वालिटी कंटेंट दूं, something which is whatever blogs I'm writing are very boring, making no sense. Contradict to that, if you want to increase your followers, you need to make all that particular things, you need to solve that into true sense in an opposite way. That if I want to increase my followers, I need to come up with a high quality content, I need to post regularly, I need to come up with the blogs which are making sense to someone, which are relating to someone, which are connecting to someone. So this is how reverse thinking takes place. Any reflections on this? Any questions on reverse thinking? Very, very strong tool for ideation, reverse thinking. Okay, there are no questions, I can go for the next one. Brainstorming. Now, what is brainstorming? Brainstorming is a quantitatively, if you will say, will come up with a large number of people coming together, certain number of people coming together, which are stakeholders for solving that particular problem. And then they are coming up with some solutions. They are discussing over that particular solutions. For example, if you are along with are trying up to come up with a tagline of your product, you can discuss, you can brainstorm on that particular thing. Okay, there are certain things to be taken care of when we are doing brainstorming. No idea is a bad idea while you are doing a brainstorming. You need to think over in that case. किसी को criticize नहीं करना. You are not supposed to criticize. All our stakeholders, they can come up with an idea. They may sometimes they may convince you, sometimes may not convince you. Don't criticize them. Build upon ideas on ideas. You do have time to filter out the bad ideas and keep the good ideas, but don't criticize anyone. Okay. All our stakeholders, all are supposed to participate. You could not become passive while doing a brainstorming, but at the same time you have to passion it. You should not. You should be keeping the patience while listening others. Don't ever think that only you should speak while doing a brainstorming. Give equal chance to every stakeholder to speak. Yeah, there is a possibility that a certain person may have more number of ideas, another person may have less number of ideas, but it should be taken care of that every particular stakeholder sitting with you to do the brainstorm is given equal chance to speak. Right? There are certain types of brainstorming. What is reverse brainstorming? It is a creative problem solving technique in which the problem is turned around and considered from a different point of view to explore new and different solutions. हर सिक्के की दो होते हैं. हमको अगर brainstorming, we only see one particular side of the coin. never see the another side of the coin. There could be certain pros. If there are pros, there could be cons also. If there are certain advantages, there could be disadvantages at the same time. So think over every part. Don't be partial to your solutions. If there are some ideations, सडनली अगर हमने वो आइडिया दिया तो हम उसको लेके बहुत पार्शियल हो जाते हैं, अरे ये तो होना ही चाहिए, ये मेरे को ऐसा चाहिए. बट थिंक ओवर, हमेशा दूसरों का भी सोचो, उनका भी पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू सुनो, एंड रिवर्स ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग विल टेक यू दैट पर्टिकुलर थिंग कि हम उसको अलग एंगल से दूसरे पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से भी सोचें, एंड देन कम अप विद डिफरेंट सॉल्यूशंस, एंड विल देन यू कैन कंपेयर which one is good or which one is bad. Another type of brainstorming technique which is certainly we practice is stop and go. जब बहुत सारा एक साथ हो जाता है तो हम लोगों को कंपाइल करना बहुत कठिन होता है. At that time what we certainly do is 10 minutes के लिए let us go with a ideation thing. Let us discuss. Try to jot down the taglines. Try to jot down the important points collectively. Stop there. Brainstorm individually now. उनमें से कौन से अच्छे कौन से बुरे हैं हम उनका इवैल्यूएशन कर लें. फिर थोड़ी देर बाद आफ्टर अ शॉर्ट पीरियड अगेन कंटिन्यू द डिस्कशन. सो दिस इज स्टॉप एंड गो. थोड़ी देर के लिए रुकें, उस पर डिस्कशन करें, फिर आगे बढ़िए, फिर डिस्कशन करें, फिर आगे बढ़िए. सो यू विल बी गेटिंग मोर नंबर ऑफ चांसेस टू इवेल्युएट योर आइडियाज. इफ दे बिकमिंग अ बिग आइडिया बैंक, उतना बैंक के साथ में हम लोगों को टैकल करते भी आना चाहिए. इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. Next one is Phillips 66 brainstorming. So what is this brainstorming technique? It is in this particular technique, a group of 6 people brainstorm for 6 minutes, and then a spokesman for each group presents either the best ideas or all the ideas to the larger group. ठीक है, यहाँ पे सब एक साथ नहीं बैठते हैं. 6 people. Why this 6 is taken into picture? Does anybody knows this? Do you know the concept of 6 thinking hats? Lateral thinking. किसी ने सुना है वो 6 थिंकिंग हेड्स? एडवर्ड डी बोनो ने दिया हुआ कॉन्सेप्ट है 6 थिंकिंग हेड्स. विल सर्टेनली बी प्रैक्टिस्ड व्हाइल वी आर डिस्कसिंग लेटरल थिंकिंग. व्हेन आई यूज्ड टू गिव अ सेशन ऑन लेटरल थिंकिंग, मैं बहुत अच्छे से वी आर प्रैक्टिसिंग इट आउट, बिकॉज़ दिस 6 इज अ वेरी 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 इंपॉर्टेंट फिगर. बाय ओनली 6, why not 7 by 5? So 6 thinking heads, certainly 6 heads मतलब they are represent 6 point of views. So that head colors are red, blue, green, yellow, white and black. I'm giving you a very very good analogy about. घर में अभी शादियों का माहौल चल रहा है ना, सबके घर में कहीं ना कहीं या रिलेटिव्स के यहाँ शादी हो रही होगी. When you are planning for marriage functions, you do have different point of views keeping in your mind. आपके पास में अलग अलग point of view होते हैं. ठीक है, फादर, लड़की का फादर या लड़के का फादर, he is always thinking about कमर्शियल मनी, कितना पैसा खर्च करना है, उसका पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू उतना ही रहता है. ही इज ऑलवेज टेकिंग अबाउट अकाउंट्स को दिमाग में रखता है और उसके हिसाब से उसको खर्चा करना होता है, बिकॉज ही इज द पर्सन हु इज गोइंग टू स्पेंड द मनी. द मदर, इमोशनल वन, शी इज वेरी इमोशनल टू मेक हर डॉटर्स और सन्स मैरिज अ सक्सेस, मैरिज फंक्शन अ सक्सेसफुल वन, अ ह्यूज सक्सेस. सब, किसी को गुस्सा नहीं आना चाहिए, सबने खुश रहना चाहिए, सबको सारी सुविधाएं मिलनी चाहिए, isn't it? Then the people like you, the young minds, creative minds, they come up with certain very creative ideas to make new practices, to come up with certain new things to make that particular marriage function more glorifying. ठीक है, अच्छे अच्छे आइडियाज लेके आते हैं. Then there are people who are always optimistic. जो होगा सब अच्छा होगा, भगवान पे भरोसा रखो. दे आर वेरी ऑप्टिमिस्टिक. येलो हैट, चलने दो जैसा चल रहा है. द वन हु इज एवरीथिंग, ब्लू हैट, वो पूरा का पूरा कंट्रोल करता है शुरुआत से लेके आखिरी तक. सिंस फ्रॉम द स्टार्टिंग सबका सुनता है, करता है अपने मन का. ही इज द वन हु इज कंट्रोलिंग, बड़े भैया जो होते हैं. And then there is one बुआ और फूफा जी who is making means and makes for everything. ये अच्छा नहीं है, ये और इससे अच्छा होना चाहिए, अरे मुझे तो पूछा ही नहीं, isn't it? So he is the one who is always negative. But for taking every particular idea or taking one particular project into next form, all these 6 thinking hats are, or these 6 people are very very important. हमको हर पर्टिकुलर एंगल से सोचने में मदद मिलती है. सो दैट्स व्हाई दिस 66 ब्रेन. कभी मौका मिलेगा तो हम लेटरल थिंकिंग पर और बात करेंगे. देन द ब्रेन राइटिंग. They individually brainstorm ideas and then document them. Whatever you are thinking about, document them, and then you push that particular documentation to new people, new group of people, and think them and make them think over that particular ideas so that they can build upon that particular idea. If you are not satisfied to the solutions and you want others to help you out, who are not the main stakeholders but the sub stakeholders or your mentors, you can document your ideas, brainwrite your ideas, and then can pass over to your mentors. So this is different types of brainstorming techniques. Next one is scamper. How many of you know what is a scamper? Just like disrupt, similarly, few things are very, very similar because there are two different schemes given by two different people, but they are huge and widely practiced. Scamper. Scamper stands for substitute, combine, define, stands for other uses, eliminate, and then rearrange. This is scamper, which refers to a series of thoughts, sparkers, or provocations help you to innovate on an existing product or a service or a situation by different lenses. Let me take an example here so that the things are quite clear to you. Let me focus on these three things, PER. And let me take an example of McD, McDonald's. So how many of you know what was the original product of McDonald's? क्या ओरिजिनल प्रोडक्ट था? क्या उन्होंने शुरुआत किया था बेचना? किसी को पता है क्या मैकडोनल्ड का ओरिजिनल प्रोडक्ट क्या हुआ था? हैमबर्गर. मैकडोनल्ड जो ब्रांड है, इंटरनेशनल ब्रांड है, उसका पहला प्रोडक्ट क्या था? तो बेचते थे हैमबर्गर, a non-veg product. Okay, now they have come up to giving the franchises, selling the restaurants. So it is similar as put to other uses. They were just selling the hamburgers. Now they are giving the franchises, or they are into real estate. So this is something which is put to other uses. Now also what they have eliminated the costly waiters, not giving the money to the waiters, but making the customers itself to take it to their service, right? What do you call them? Eliminating the things, eliminating the waiters, and then you can just be giving them tokens, and then customers will take it at your service, and then they can take it, the items, whatever. So they have eliminated the waiters. Rearranged. They have rearranged the scheme of eating first and then paying next. Now they have come up with a scheme that paying first and then eating next. पहले आपको कूपन खरीदना पड़ेगा, पैसा देना पड़ेगा, उसके बाद में आप पे कर सकते हैं. तो वो प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं बचा कि हम किसी को ट्रीट पे लेके जाएं और बाद में उससे बर्तन मंचवा दे. कोई बात ही नहीं है. पहले पैसा दो, उसके बाद में सामान लो. So this is how the scamper has been adopted by, or a part of a scamper has been adopted by MACD. Let us see this particular scheme one by one. Am I having the time, Atish sir? मेरे पास समय है नहीं? Okay. आपको जब भी लगे स्टॉप करना है तो मेरे को बता दीजिएगा. Although I'm having a limited, but it is something which is very important to be discussed as per the topic. Substitute. What can I substitute or change in my product, problem, or a process? Take any product, any XYZ product that you feel that on that particular product or a service you want to build upon a new product, and then उसको सोचो, उसको हाथ में रखने के बाद में सोचो, what can I substitute or change in my product or a problem or to that particular process? What should be your guiding questions that should come to your mind? What can I substitute so that to make an improvement on it? How can I substitute the place, the time, the material, or the people, those who are using it? Can I substitute one part from another or change any part of this particular product? Can I replace someone what is involved into it? Can I change the rules to use that particular product? Should I change the name of that particular product? Can I use to other integrates or materials? Can I use the processes or procedures? Can I change the shapes, colors, or the complete idea of the project, or or can I change the feelings or the attitudes that people have towards it? It makes sense. It is about branding. Okay, I have a wonderful course on branding as well. वहां पे you need to connect to the customer. So if you make that particular customer feel different and connected to your product, of course he will switch to your product, to whatever he is existingly using. So instead of using I can, you should always think about, can I do this? Can I do this? Ask all these questions to yourself, and certainly will come up with a solution, will come up with an ideation. Let us go with combine. How can I combine two or more parts of my product or a problem or a process so as to achieve a different problem, a different product, or a different process to enhance the synergy between the needs of the person who is going to use it and the product itself? Getting my point? There have to be, you need to connect to the customer's problem very, very specifically. Okay. So what ideas? Materials, features, processes, people, products, or components can I combine? किस चीज को मैं combine कर सकता हूं? Can I combine or merge this or that with other objects? Can I maximize the number of users by combining it out? Can I combine two things and then lower the cost of that particular product? ये सब दिमाग में आपके आना चाहिए. Think about all these guiding questions. Ask to yourself, of course, you will get a solution. Adapt. What can I adapt in my product or a problem or a process? Which part of the product can I change? Could I change the characteristics of that particular component? Can I seek the inspiration to other products or processes, but in a different context? Does the history offers any other solutions? क्या ऐसा कोई particular पहले कोई इस type का solution निकला हुआ है, तो I could adopt it, जो कि famous था, so I can adopt that good practices to my product or services. Can I adapt the context or the target group? What can I adapt in this or the way in order to make the result? Okay, so adaptation, taking the things more adaptable. Modify. Whatever is existing, how can I modify it to make it much, much better, more usable in the term of customer experience? What can I modify or put or more or less emphasize to my product or a problem or a service? Can I change meaning or the color or the emotion or the sound or the smell or the shape even? People are going there. वो आप देखते होंगे जो नारियल तेल का बॉटल आता है, certainly पहले किसी और शेप का आता था, बाद में they have start changing the shapes, they are start changing the things. Similarly, if you talk about that लिक्विड सोप का आप पहले देखोगे आजकल वो टच नहीं करना है, इसलिए वो ऑटोमेटिक सेंसर के साथ में आता है. Then they are coming up with some particular foam shape so that it gives you more foam to your hands. And for toddlers, even that foam is creating some shape so that toddlers feel good. And there's some flower is made. वो आपने एडवर्टाइजमेंट अगर देखा होगा, उसमें आपने देखा होगा कि एक बड़ी flower का शेप बना है foam का, using that particular things. So it is all about customer experience to your products. How do you modify your product or a service or a problem or a process in a way that customer feel more delighted? Okay. Put to another use. This is a very good thing. How can I put the things to other uses? What are the new ways to use the product? For example, how would your child use it? If a child use it or an older person use it or an adult use it, what should be the different ways? अगर मैंने अपना प्रोडक्ट एक ग्रुप के लिए बनाया है, तो अगर मैं मार्केट तो मेरे को मेरे प्रोडक्ट को एज पर विक्स, वेपोरप बड़ों के लिए अलग, बच्चों के लिए अलग. सिमिलरली वो ओडोमॉस which is a mosquito repellent cream बड़ों के लिए आता था. It's very smelly. उन्होंने छोटे बच्चों के लिए बनाया, which is giving a very good smell. Now it has been easily adopted by children, isn't it? So put to another use. How would people with different disabilities use it? You need to even target the people. There are a number of people with having different disabilities. किसी को चलने में दिक्कत है, किसी को देखने में दिक्कत है, किसी को सुनने में दिक्कत है. हम अपना प्रोडक्ट ऐसा बनाए कि हम उन सबके लिए, उनकी सबकी नीड्स को कैटर कर सकें, उन सबके लिए वो प्रोडक्ट यूजफुल हो. So put to another use, very important point. Eliminate. What can I eliminate to simplify or to reduce the cost of your product? ये जबरदस्ती है, ये इस प्रोडक्ट के अंदर जबरदस्ती है, इसका कोई यूज नहीं है. लेट मी जस्ट अवॉइड, so that I cut down this cost, or I can simplify that particular product, can make it more smaller and handy to use, or I can do it in a way that I can eliminate the rules or the cost of using that product and make it user friendly. So for that, what you do is eliminate the unwanted part of the product or the service or the process, isn't it? Or you can rearrange. You can rearrange the things. पहले इसको ऐसे यूज करते थे, अब इसको ऐसे यूज करते हैं. पहले ये करना था, ये करना था, अब उसके बाद लेट मी रीअरेंज इट. तो पहले अब ये करना है, उसके बाद ये करना है, so that it can be more easy to use for the customers. Okay, so you can rearrange the things. What can I rearrange in a way? Can I interchange the components or the pattern or the layout? Can I change the pace or the schedule? What would I do if part of your problem or product or a process worked in reverse way? I can rearrange in what way such that this happens or this does not happen, isn't it? So this is all about Scamper. Next is Cynetics. Cynetics is another particular creative problem solving techniques given by William J.J. Gordon. And what he says is it tries to make conscious the unconscious mechanism of creativity. Okay, so it is giving the widening or the deepens the process of suspending. Here you can even encourage the absurd ideas. Listen to the ideas. Even the ideas which comes to you while doing nothing, like while you are shaving or while you are sleeping in a subconscious mind, आप झपकी ले रहे हो तो आपको कोई आइडिया आया, उस सारी आइडियाज को आपको गैदर करना है. And then you can sometimes apparently coming up with something very irrelevant one, very vague one, but हो सकता है building upon that particular idea will give you a eureka moment. So this is Cynetics. Storyboarding another particular thing which is very important, or certainly been a visual tool again, which will certainly gives an idea of deliberating the things scene by scene, one particular scene to another scene. इसका उपयोग करते हैं जब हम पेपर प्रोडक्ट MVP you understand, minimal viable product, of in certain product or innovation into the thing that you are going to market it into the customers. At that time you are supposed to make them visualize to the customer. If you are coming up with an app, suppose with an app, and you wanted कि हम उसका पूरा GUI, उसका graphical user interface हम किसी को समझाए, तो हम लोगों का simplest way is to draw it, storyboard it. पहले ये स्क्रीन आएगी, फिर इस पर्टिकुलर बटन को दबाएंगे तो ये स्क्रीन आएगी, फिर इस पर्टिकुलर बटन को दबाएंगे तो ये स्क्रीन आएगी. तो this is what a storyboard is all about. You go the or you visualize the things scene by scene, one after another. Okay, so to make a good storyboard you can even use the software. से ये सारी चीजों के सॉफ्टवेयर्स भी अवेलेबल है. माइंड मैपिंग का एक माइंडसेट करके बहुत अच्छा सॉफ्टवेयर है. हम अगर इसको फिजिकल मोड में करते, सर्टेनली हमने इसके पहले किया हुआ है, so that gives a very good results. तो आप खुद भी करके देखिएगा. There are very good free softwares available to use all these techniques and to make a beautiful mind maps or to brainstorm the things and can jot down the things in that way. Okay, this is how a storyboard looks like. ऐसा हुआ, फिर ऐसा हुआ, फिर ऐसा हुआ, फिर ऐसा हुआ. You can make up small sentences or we can write a small taglines and then come up with a complete story. Okay, forged relationship. It also sometimes helps to give an intentive idea finding technique to make a connection between two very irrelevant things. For example, a calculator and a pencil. हम लोग कोई भी कैलकुलेशन कर रहे हैं, सपोज वी आर डूइंग सम मैथमेटिक्स. कितना अच्छा होता कि अगर हम वो मैथमेटिक्स लिखते, मतलब वो पूरा जो इक्वेशन था उसको लिखते हैं अंडर रूट ऑफ 2 + 2 / 24 + हम ऐसा पूरा इक्वेशन लिखते और हम लोग को डायरेक्टली आंसर मिलता, बिकॉज कैलकुलेटर में इट इज ए स्मॉल कैलकुलेटर, उसमें कई सारे फंक्शनलिटीज होती है, हमको कई सारे फंक्शनलिटीज को ध्यान में रखना पड़ता है. देन वी आर taking it into whether we are going to use the imaginary number system or complex number system or real number system, और फिर वो सारे ध्यान में रख के और हम लोगों को there are certain limitations. कितना अच्छा होता कि अगर ऐसा कुछ हो सकता कि हम डायरेक्टली यहाँ पे कॉपी पे लिखें और हमको आंसर मिल जाए. So this is again a idea, beautiful idea that can be thinking about, that you are going to use a digital pad where you are writing the equation and there you are getting a solution using a calculator. Or very vaguely, if you'll see, you're using in a rainy night, very rainy night, in a dark night, and sometimes you have umbrella in one hand, you have some particular items to hold in another hand. आपको नहीं दिख रहा है तो आपको टॉर्च भी ऑन करने के साथ umbrella में नीचे टॉर्च आ जाता. So two very unrelated items, I have forcefully tried to relate them and coming up with a new product. Getting my point? Getting my point? This is how a force relationship comes into picture and can help you to ideate some new items. And this is very common one. Whatever you are going to ideate, you are thinking about a new product, always think about 5 W's and 1 H. Who, what, where, when, why, and then how. Who is going to use this item, what it is going to use for, where, which geographical things, or where is going to use for, kis time pe, when he is going to use it for, and why it is going to use it for. When you are keeping all these things into picture, आप इनको अगर focus point पे रखते हैं तो certainly you will be benefited, focusing more upon the most probable solution to your problem. Okay. And the last one is accidental genius. Here, nothing, I'm just giving you one particular scheme, that is whatever problem is you are facing, just write it down, लिख लो. कई बार ऐसा होता है, इस टाइम पे आपके दिमाग में आता है, नेक्स्ट मोमेंट यू जस्ट फॉरगेट इट एंड देन यू फॉरगेट इट थ्रू आउट योर लाइफ. पर अगर वो यूरेका मोमेंट आपका हो सकता था, इट कैन बी एन एक्सीडेंटल जीनियस थिंग दैट कम्स टू योर माइंड. अब भी यहाँ पे ऐसा हो सकता है कि अगर जो आपने सॉल्यूशन निकाला, वो सॉल्यूशन जो है बहुत रिलेवेंट सॉल्यूशन है, और that can be leading you to a eureka moment, that can be leading you to a solution of certain problem, which can certainly be not coming to your mind in your life throughout. तो जो भी है उसको लिख लो, बाद में उसको रिवाइज करते समय when you are trying to connect that particular dots, sometimes it happens that you will come up with a very good idea to come up with. So this is something in the last particular scheme that I have been discussing. Now, this is over from my side. If you want to ask certain questions, I am open to that. Thank you for the passionate listening. But now I'm open to the questions. If there are some certain questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Yes, participants, if you have any questions, just ask it.
Did not enjoy this session. Okay, so if there are no questions, it means that you got everything or got nothing. Anyway, I'm positive, I'm optimistic, with keeping in mind that this could be one of the fruitful session for you. So thank you, Professor Prachi Palsodkar and Professor Atish, for giving me this opportunity to interact with your students. It was a wonderful experience. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation and delivering a nice talk. It was really useful. Actually, we want this workshop in physical because the impact is more.
Yeah, of course. This makes sense when we are doing it physical. We are doing a day-long workshop, certainly. And if I get time, because I keep visiting Nagpur, so if I get time, certainly I would be happy to visit your institute and can have such certain types of workshops in physical mode.
Definitely, sir. We are just waiting for that.
Okay.
And over to you.
Okay. So thank you so much, sir, Gaurav, Chaitanya, sir, So on behalf of Department of Electronics Engineering, YCC Nagpur, we want to express our gratitude to Dr. Gaurav Chaitanya, Associate Professor, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering at Police Institute of Technology and Research, Indore, for delivering expert talk on problem solving and ideation workshop. Thank you for supporting our mission of spreading awareness about entrepreneurship and startup and new idea creation. So thank you so much, sir. I would like to thank President of the ISC, Dr. UP Wage, sir, Vice President Dr. Sandeep Khedkar, sir, and convener of this ISC and the workshop, uh, Dr. Y. Chitru, ma'am. Then coordinator, Dr. Prachi Palsutkar, ma'am, and organizer, Dr. R.D. Thakre, sir, HOD Electronics. And last but not the least, thank you all the participants who joined this workshop. And I hope, sir, we will meet again physically when we come in YCC. And I will try to arrange some again nice workshops or webinars for the students to develop their idea creation techniques. So thank you so much, and nice to meet you, sir. Thank you.
Same here, same here. Best of luck, everyone. Practice the things. Hopefully, we'll come up with good ideas and hope to see you sometimes. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. So could I leave?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks later. We will just email you.
Okay, sure.
And really, it was a good session.
Thank you. Thank you very much.